Hi boys and girls, it is the creator of Bored with Miss Reynolds, Better Off Reading Every Day. And I am out here and I have a good one for you. It is called Time for Change, a Tick-Tock tale by Sam. And I'm reading this book because the time just changed on Sunday night, and I thought it would be perfect to share with you right here outside. Once upon a time in a quaint little town, there was a clock named Tick-Tock. Tick-Tock was a very punctual clock and prided himself on always being on time. Tick-Tock lived with a young family and was always available to give the correct time. One day, Tick-Tock noticed that his family was moving their clocks forward by an hour. He was confused and wondered why they were doing it. He had never heard of this before and couldn't understand why anyone would want to change the time. Tick-Tock decided to ask the old tower clock in the center of town if he knew what was going on. The old tower clock in town hall told him that this was something called daylight saving time. It was a way to make better use of the daylight in the summertime. Tick-Tock was intrigued and asked the old tower clock to tell him more. The old tower clock explained that in summer months, the days are longer and the sun rises earlier. But by moving the clock forward by an hour, people would make better use of the daylight in the evening. It meant that they could spend more time outside playing and enjoying the sunshine. Like I'm doing today. Enjoying the sunshine, for me, in springtime. Changing the time benefits farmers as well, as it gives them more daylight to work to grow the food we eat. Tick-Tock was fascinated by this and wanted to know more. He asked the old tower clock if everyone did this. The old tower clock told him that not everyone did it. In fact, some parts of the United States didn't participate in daylight savings time at all. Tick-Tock was surprised to hear this. He asked the old tower clock why some places didn't do it. The tower clock told him that it was because some places were closer to the equator. In those places, the days and nights are roughly equal in length all year round. Tick-Tock thought this was fascinating and thanked the old tower clock for teaching him something new. Thanks. The old tower clock also mentioned that parents often dislike daylight savings times as it messed with their kids' sleep schedules and makes them cranky. Tick-Tock was so excited about his newfound knowledge that he wanted to share it with the other clocks in town. He told them all about daylight savings time and why it was so important. Look at all those clocks. Reminds me of all my clocks at home and all the watches that I have to set when I get home. I didn't do it Sunday night. I was too tired, but I'll definitely be doing it tonight. From that day forward, Tick-Tock always looked forward to daylight savings time. He knew that it meant more time for fun in the sun. He was always happy to chime in, and remind everyone of the time. And that is the end, boys and girls, of Time for Change, a Tick-Tock tale. Boys and girls, it is Bored with Miss Reynolds, better off reading every day. I don't own the rights to this book that I have read to you, but I love storytelling magic. And the magic of today's story is daylight savings time started for us Sunday night, and Tick-Tock is one of the tools that I use to teach kids the time, and I thought, why not bring him out here on a beautiful evening and read right here with you and celebrate what he was all talking about: sunlight, 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 sunlight. The day is gonna be longer and I am here for it. This morning, here's what I did. I wore 2 different shoes, because I was saying everybody's going to be so upset about losing that hour that there's probably going to be nothing but confusion at school. So my confusion was, you know what? I couldn't decide which shoes to wear, so I just decided to wear 2 different shoes. Happy daylight savings time. That's the way that I'm celebrating, along with reading out here in the sunshine. By the way, what time is it? It is 5:54 on Monday, and the sun is still shining. Whatever time it is by you, it's always time for Bored, better off reading every day. There's always time for reading, and there's always time for spreading love. So I am sending you nothing but love from Bored with Miss Reynolds. Bye. Well, you know what? Why don't we walk ourselves out of here? Let's give it a try.